Hi. So it's we're gonna do the lower back pain live class. Thanks for joining me. If you're here, go ahead and Facebook comment me. You can, if you have any questions specifically about lower back pain, let me know. So we're gonna show you a couple moves here. So when you think about an evolution chart, right? It's like they start out low and then they come up tall. But then if you think about our modern lifestyle, as we get older, our shoulders roll forward, we get hunched forward as we get older, right? So if you think about that. Okay, see you later, Fiona. Okay, so just think about, we start to curl forward. So we're typing, or we're driving, we're hunched forward, or breastfeeding. I work with a lot of moms. We tend to roll our shoulders forward. So the other thing also is our psoas tends to shorten. And then that pulls us forward towards the fetal position as well. So we're trying to like fight that tightness of the psoas as well. So I'm gonna, yeah. So if you don't want the de-evolution, I'm gonna show you. Bye, Fiona. Okay, have fun in your room. Okay, so when you think about you sit in chairs, right? We're sitting in chairs. This muscle right here gets short, right? This muscle is the one that gets short. So we're sitting, driving, and typing. This muscle gets short. So the first thing we want to work on is the hip flexor, right? So the way you stretch the hip flexor, I'll show you from the side first, and then I'll show you from the front. So you straighten out, so you're up on the knees, you straighten out the right leg, and then you come down, and rather than lean forward, lean your upper body up, and then slightly tuck the tailbone, right? So lean, bring your body as straight as you can, while tucking under your tailbone, and then you can scoot the back knee back as far as it goes. So you want to be here and breathe. And then from the front, it looks like this. I have my leg forward, and then I come down into a deep lunge here. You can see my face. And then hands are on the knee, interlace, and then tuck the tailbone. Cool. So that's the first stretch. You think about stretching the front of the hip, and you want to lean into where it's tight. So wherever it's tight on the hip, you lean into that. The second thing you want to work on is cow face pose. It's Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So this one's really great. I stopped a lot of, I had like knee pain as well. But a lot of it is really helpful for lower back pain. So the way you do cow face pose is from here, you put the right knee on top of the left knee. So when you first start, you might be here, and you might even be leaning. Just be where you're at and breathe. If you can go a little further, get both sits bones on the mat. And if this is super comfortable, you don't feel a stretch, pull this foot back further so the knee's on top of the knee. So you want to sit here and breathe. Take long, deep breaths. And then next, you'll walk your hands forward. And the same thing on the other side. The knee's either here, or if that's not a stretch yet, you bring both one knee on top of the other, right? Okay, so just set a timer and do this every day. The next pose that I want to teach you is pigeon pose. So there's two types of, well, it's weird that it's called pigeon, right? It doesn't look like a pigeon, but the full pose, the king pigeon, looks like a puffed chest pigeon. But there's, I'm going to show you two modified ways to do pigeon. Let me close this off so it's out of the way. Cool. So a half pigeon, you bring the foot side to side, and then bring the other leg straight back. And then you stay here, or you put your forehead on your forearms. So that's what it looks like from the side. From the front, it looks this way. So you have the knee across. And if you have a mat, the knee will be as wide as the mat. So this will line up with the edge of the mat, and the center of your pelvis will be lined up with the center of the mat. And then you get the pelvis in the center of the knee wide, and then you bring your forehead to your forearms here. And then the way to do it, lying on your back. So some people feel better lying on their front, some people feel better lying on their back. Just try both and see what you like better. So from lying on your back, you lie on your back, and then cross the right ankle over the knee, and then you hug under bent knees, thigh, then you grab the shin. And then again, you want to set a timer or have a clock with the second hand on it and hold here. Yeah, and do the other side. So what happens is when your hips get really tight, so again, like I was saying, when you're sitting in a chair, this gets tight, and then also your glutes get tight. When you stand up, with this being short, it tugs on your lower back. So, and then the hip is, because it's a ball joint, there's a lot of directions to go in, right? Like you can't just like stretch it one direction and it's done. You know, that's why I included cow face pose, pigeon, and the lunge. That doesn't look like a cow, Lisa. You're so right. It definitely does. It's supposed to look like a cow face. I don't know what the explanation is. So yeah, if you have any other questions about lower back pain or, oh yeah, I know one thing you might want to do. I would recommend you do 2 minutes on each side. So do 2 minutes lunge on the right, 2 minutes lunge on the left, 2 minutes cow face pose on the right, 2 minutes on the left, and then 2 minutes reclining pigeon or half pigeon on each side. So, that'll, excuse me. Cool. Anyways, so let me know if you have any other questions. Oh, thank you, Melanie, for saying you love it. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'll be doing, we'll be talking about upper back, because like I said, shoulders roll forward, tailbone tucks under when people, well, that's just what path we're headed on if we sit in chairs all day and don't stretch the opposite way. So you really want to think about, we're curling in this way, how do we curl the opposite way? So I taught you the ones about your hips, and tomorrow we'll do the back. So please mark your calendars for 5 p.m. tomorrow, and we'll do this class again. And then also right at 6 p.m. I'm teaching a live class at my house, and you're all invited, all Instagram, all Facebook, or all your friends. Just bring them on over to my place. I live in LA. I will give you my exact address if you send me a direct message. Is there any more questions? Cool. All right, well, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Bye.